Fellow Beastmen, welcome back to Taurox's Rampage. We are going to be headed across the sea, actually, now. It's time for Taurox to go pay a visit to Ulthuan and maybe take a look for the Sword of Khaine. Oh yes, that would be a fine tool of destruction. What is it? I'm trying to figure out their ship, by the way. That's what I was looking at here while I was being quiet. It's like it's some kind of, like, whale or something they're riding on. This just makes me more and more want to see Creative Assembly give us, like, you know, naval battles, like proper naval battles in this game. Don't get me wrong, I like a good island throwdown, but like a proper naval battle would be pretty entertaining. Now, obviously probably a gargantuan undertaking. Be able to make models and balancing and add it and everything, it would be absolutely massive. But I mean, let's not lie, I mean, that would be pretty cool, right? I mean, who wouldn't like big giant whales ramming into Dawi ironclads and who knows what else you would see out there. I mean, that would be quite a good time. So Morghur is in an encampment after a big fight with the Druchi, and looks like we finished the replenishment. It would be good to get back into friendly territory. So I believe I shall. I'm going to move underground over here towards the Witchwood, I think. Well, no, I was hoping we'd get better replenishment. We really don't. I'm going to make an attempt to move back closer to Ice Rock Gorge. So, and then what else were we busy doing? I had Black Phillip. It's like we were making our way slowly towards Itza. After having defeated Gorok. I'm going to move up again and enter the hidden encampment stance and try and keep luring enemies into battle. We've got a nice amount of dread here. We've been building up. Let's go ahead and look at the upgrades. Lord and Heroes are recruited at rank 5. This is a good start. I'd like to get the next tier of it as well, which won't take all that many turns. And I want to do this before we get the next Legendary Lord, and I kind of want to pull Khazrak in. And I was thinking with him it'd be fun to kind of have like a Tuskor Razor, like, you know, like a chariot type of army. Kind of make him like the Surtha Ek of the Beastmen. Figured that would be a good time, and that you all would probably enjoy such a thing. Could be wrong, but I think you all will be into it. Anyway, we've made our moves for this turn. Let's go ahead and end it. Go check out some stuff here real quick in the comments. German Soldier says, Taurox loves Wheaties. Wah. Actual quote of DeBrask Git. Taurox probably does love Wheaties, as long as he's got some shredded human in there, you know, to kind of add a little flavor. He does like that extra touch in his Wheaties, but I'm sure he does enjoy it. Sunny Boy says, Touched by the Moon is good to use on Morghur's Chaos Spawn summons that are going to deteriorate anyways. Ooh, that's a great idea. I like it, Sunny Boy. Nice comment. Appreciate that one. Ranger says, in that Gorok fight, I would have paused the game and gave commands to the reinforcements to help crush the lizards with all forces available. Yes, if you were trying to be as efficient as possible, that is absolutely what you should do. So yeah, I mean, I already feel bad like slowing it down because I'm making it kind of anticlimactic by having to do that. But in some ways I don't really feel bad because, I mean, the AI can control literally everything at once, and I don't really know that it's fair to the human player who cannot accomplish the same thing. We're going to end up with attrition crossing the open ocean here. Gonna get attrition going anywhere near the Galleon's graveyard as well. We could stay a little bit closer, sure, and try and make a cut across. What the heck? Let's just go for it. Now check it out. We got a treasure up in front of us. So yeah, we're just gonna go for it. We just crossing. Ain't scared of nothing. Alright, so let's see. Morghur, I want to bounce back in and replenish some with Morghur. I don't like having to spend all the time doing this, but our replenishment rate was just gosh awful outside of here. And so we need to get back in here and run through some replenishment before we take the fight back out to the Druchi again, who are no doubt busy rebuilding. I wonder, though, I'm not going to have... Like, we're not going to keep our momentum. I just got to thinking here. The momentum's not going to stay with us. So we might as well just burn it all. Because we're going to lose it anyway. Like, we might as well just burn it. I don't want to fight anybody right now. And I'm gonna... We're gonna be taking enough attrition as it is. Sailing across the ocean like this. I'm just gonna burn all my momentum. And get across here as quick as we can. So there we go. So... we'll be nearing landfall with Taurox. No doubt to the great disappointment. The High Elves, I don't think they're gonna be very pleased to see us. Do I have Lightning Strike? I believe I do, but even if I used Lightning Strike, there's quite a garrison. I could knock out 2 of their armies for sure. That would leave me with a fairly solid 3rd one. What is the best way to approach this? See, this army is just not quite as strong. I'm sitting just out of range, too. I'm going to move up just a bit closer and get back into the hidden encampment and see if we can maybe pick these guys off. This is pretty risky, because if they see me, I'm in big trouble. But I'm going to take the risk. It is a risk we're going to take, and just see what happens. Nothing risk, no reward. So we'll see what we get. Let's take a look at some more comments here also. Appreciate these comments. I love reading them. Let's see. Sean says, I'm in programming, and I can say that Total War spends lots of his time on pathfinding. It'd be nice to have a better AI, but time constraints limit abilities. You may notice that some models run into trees and rocks. That's because Total War doesn't have time to pathfind for them. It spends its pathfinding time on those models in battle. And those simply running around don't get any time. After a while, the model does get around to tree, but eventually Total War gets around to it. Even on the high-power multi-core machines of today, pathfinding takes a lot of processing. Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about it, so I'll just take your word for it, Sean. I do hope that CA continues to get better, and they have over the years with the AI. I think for me, if there's ways to help that AI decision-making be better, like I had mentioned, I think, in previous videos, where it's like they're better at using their magic right. They're better at choosing engagements for their, for their units. So if I have heavy infantry units, I'm not trying to engage an SEM unless I'm specifically anti-large. Like the AI just making smarter decisions in general is what I would hope for them. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm hoping eventually changes with the AI, and just gets better, because I don't like the just arbitrary leadership buffs, melee defense buffs. Like, I find that kind of stuff completely annoying and counterproductive to the purpose of the game, because then it changes all the relationship between the units and knocks out a lot of the fun. I'm going to try and pick off some of these armies. So let's Lightning Strike. So Gorok is already back, and he's got this army, which we should be able to kill off. Like, I want to kill off some of their units here. The strongest army they have here is their settlement garrison. If I can pick off a couple of their smaller armies, it would be helpful, and it would earn me some favor. Yeah, interesting bits there about the development. Now, while we're waiting on this to load, Killscribe has also updated Taurox's Path of Destruction. Laxland is still in first place with 9,316 losses. Naggarond, however, is grown to 6,832, and if Morghur gets some more fights, it's very possible Naggarond could find themselves in first place. But now Taurox is also about to land on Ulthuan, and things could get ugly. So we'll see, but if you appreciate what Killscribe is doing, make sure you take the time to go and leave him a thumbs up on that comment. I know I appreciate it. I leave him the little HeirofCarthage heart thing there every time I get the chance. So, like I said, if you enjoy it, take the time to leave him a thumbs up on the comment. Appreciate you all who are doing that, and I appreciate him keeping us updated in the kill feed. Well, we're going to want to be pretty efficient against Gorok and his forces, which means I'd prefer to have some of my SEMs up front to take some of the beating and then back them up with like monstrous units. Do something like this. Alright. Go ahead and move forward. Oh, no, I don't have any missile units to take care of the Fire Leech bolas. I do have this, though, which will take away a bunch of their ammo. Go ahead and use that right away. At least I can remove some of their ammunition. Got a Stego and a Skink Chief back there with ammo as well. Some blessed ones. Alright. I'm gonna slow it down for just a second while I give a couple of orders. I'm gonna take my Sons of Goros and head over here. See if I can get my throwing axes. Alright, let's hit play. Jabberslithe. I'm going to start dropping some Spirit Leech on Gorok. Over here after the Blessed Stego. I'm just gonna head over here into melee. This unit went invisible for a minute while it was hiding, so let's team up against the Horn ones. They got a really nice charge against me, so I'm gonna pull out of that and countercharge with the Sons of Goros. And now let's countercharge back in there. Alright. Let's get in here. Black Phillip again. Keep taking chunks out of Gorok. Well done. Over here. Alright, so I think I wanted you all to just attack those guys, but you know, do what you want. I'm gonna take the ammo off of this Skink Chief. Now those horned ones are lasting much longer than they should be here when they're up against Minotaurs with great weapons and the Sons of Goros. My blessed horned ones would not last anywhere near that long. So, must be nice to be the AI. But not you, not you. Stay here. Jabberslithe, you get busy. Alright. They're getting a lot more kills than I would like. Yeah, the horned ones are doing some cycle charge spamming here. I want them to kind of waste their charges so I can get a free charge on them. I'm gonna ignore the skink for now and go focus on getting a flank charge into these horned ones to take out some of their health here rather than just continue a head-to-head slog. So this ought to do some pretty serious damage. Yeah, cheats or not, with that kind of charge damage and that much AP, that's going to take a toll. Alright, so there goes Gorok. We've driven off his little army there. Let's end this turn, and I'll find out whether or not this was a worthwhile expedition. I want to take any replenishment we can get on the turn, and even if it's just a little, because it'll be helpful. And I may do a second lightning strike, depending on what the situation looks like. But I want to continually chip away at their armies here and see if we can stay on top of them, because otherwise they'll be recruiting so fast I won't be able to keep up with them with just one army. So this is going to be my, hopefully, tool of causing them quite a few losses. I mean, we lost almost as many as they did, though, unfortunately, taking this down. I'm not totally surprised, but it does, I wish that hadn't been the case. All right, the replenishment's going to do almost nothing for me. That's really frustrating. Only 1% replenishment, so that is a little disappointing. Taurox army survived. And then we are now stuck inside the influence of the settlement. So this was a mistake, because now I'm caught, and I have to fight these guys. I cannot enter an encamp stance, or do much of anything else, and they're probably going to all turn around and attack me, though I will try to retreat next turn. I guess at least we weakened up Gorok's army significantly, so that did not work out the way that I had hoped it would, unfortunately. We did pick up a nice Talisman of Preservation. I'm going to throw that on Black Phillip. And 12% ward save, that's also really nice. Let's put this physical resistance onto Morghur for now. Growth +2. Building construction cost. Yeah, I mean, none of that stuff's all that impressive. So with Morghur, we're done at the moment. Well, we're almost done with replenishment. I'd like to improve to Bloodied Lair here, but I'm just not running real high on hash at the moment. Let's go check Taurox's army. Yeah, he doesn't have any movement points left either. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Okay, this was expected. Yeah, see, I don't get any options for, like, not controlling large armies or anything that would help me consolidate and defeat the lizards here, so retreat is really our best option. I don't think, yeah, they're not going to be able to move far enough to get me, so we'll just enter a hidden encampment, stay nearby, and continue to look for opportunities to pick at them, but unfortunately for me, like, that army is just not strong enough to take on that kind of stack, and it's going to be very difficult to defeat Gorok, because I'm going to have to be able to pick them off and still have enough forces left to continue a siege at Itza, and I'm just not sure exactly how that's going to work out. But you know, we'll try. So yeah, see, look. Well, are the Dawi at war with them?
Talk at me in your crude
No.
language if you must.
So now I've got a Dawi army out here as well. I can't quite reach the Dawi army, unfortunately, or else I could fight it. That may leave us exposed and in danger, though. I'm gonna move underground and kind of head away for a moment. Yeah, because this is just getting pretty risky to stay down here. However, we can kind of keep biding our time with Black Phillip and working our way into a better position by just not getting too ahead of ourselves with a fight we shouldn't take. Okay, let's go up to Morghur and start getting some of this sweet loot. Speaking of, let's hit Lothern and take it out. If we do and create a herdstone here, I think it is one of those settlements that gives us the special herdstone. They're predicting medium casualties. I don't know how many other armies are close by. I don't really feel like playing the siege battle because they're so lame. So I'll just go ahead and auto-resolve this one and take Lothern and raise a herdstone. So now we've got a herdstone at Lothern. I don't see any enemy armies really nearby to protect it, which means we should be able to... 2 feral manticores, 2 harpies, Heart of Doom, Sepulchral Gate. So we get a 5 melee attack bonus versus High Elves faction-wide. We get a cooldown to spells faction-wide, and recruitment capacity for local armies, so... Not bad. Not bad. There's some pretty sweet benefits. I like it. So thanks for pointing out how this works, by the way, from the comments that were coming in. Alright, so... This little favor. Right, we're doing good on Dread again, too. So let's go in here to Rewards of Dread. Let's purchase this. So now if we pick up Kazrak, he's going to come at a minimum of level 10. I think the only way he would be higher is if he's still alive and we confederate him. But let's be honest, like, I don't really expect the AI to have an intact Bray Herd. The AI is pretty bad at being Beastmen. Let's see, we got another large Druchi stack out here. I don't think we're going to have the best effect against those huge Druchi stacks. I'm gonna hide, and then I'll probably move underground and try and make my way to Val's Anvil and kind of work around the main Druchi army until this army gets strong enough to be able to just go toe-to-toe with these folks, which at the present it is not, and probably won't be for quite some time. I'm just going to start picking research because there's not a whole lot different to do for me at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and build this while we have this turn end anyway. See what happens. Yeah, the Druchi decided to move over, and we did manage to catch them in an ambush, which is really great for us. I'm going to go ahead and fight this one just because we haven't gotten to have a lot of battlefield action yet, and we can enjoy some good Morghur spawn action. Speaking of Killscribe, who was the last comment we discussed, we'll get some more kills for him here. Now, Holy Moly Oli says, unit name for man-eaters with pistols, shooty shooty big boys. You came up with it yourself. Thanks, Holy Moly Oli. I'll try and get that one in there. Nicolaj says, hey, Air, are you going to do an SFO campaign when the new update is out? I don't know. I've never played the SFO mod. I can take a look at it. I've just never felt the need for a total overhaul mod for Total War Warhammer. However, if you all can, kind of summarize it for me and tell me some of the things that you think make this thing worthwhile, like total overhaul, like why I should overhaul my game, then let me know, and I will take a look at it. Send my giants over here to get the Supreme Sorceress, and Morghur. Missing Gorbel. This should be fine right here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put 2 groups, and then I'll give some individual orders once I get all the troops moving. So I'm kind of just using these AI attack orders just to kind of get things started. And then I like to issue individual orders, clean it up. Oh man, we got a great pendulum opportunity right here. Alright, so our pendulum in there. Keep the magic coming. Let's use Tormentor Sword. Everything we can from Morghur to make him stronger. It's not good. Some of those crossbows fleeing away, but I've now caught up with some spawn, and the AI is in a world of hurt. They are in an absolute world of pain and suffering right now, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Basically won that fight over here, so I'm just going to pendulum that Bleak Sword. Finish him off. There goes the Supreme Sorceress, to no one's great surprise. Supreme Sorceress not really a match for 2 giants and a Gorbel. I mean, not much is. Alright. I'm going to remind myself to click that ability anytime I see Morghur's summoned unit, because it's going to die anyway. There we go. Man, boy, it does give him some stats. Holy cow, that's awesome. We're definitely going to make use of that in future battles. That summoned unit is, like, as soon as we see it summoned, we need to remember to go click it. Man, Morghur is getting some kills. I wonder if it's just counting up the kills from his spawn. Wow, man, he's racking up kills in every single fight. Well, that was an excellent, excellent ambush. Definitely a worthwhile ambush. Lucas says a Chaos Spawn name would be Nightmare Fuel. I like it. So Nightmare Fuel, and then the Man-Eaters, you all want me to name them Shooty Shooty Big Boys, which is a very complex and thought-out name, so definitely I appreciate that one. Go ahead and just grab the Bestial Rage, keep the growth high. They had like multiple other stacks there, being led by Crone Hellebron again, so look at this. after I destroyed the one stack, they're like, oh, hey, by the way, we had others hidden that you couldn't see. Well, of course you did. Of course. I'm going to retreat because I don't think they can... This time they didn't make me retreat the wrong direction, so that's a benefit. And I'm going to keep picking at the Druchi here, do my best to pick them apart. Ultimately, I think it's only a matter of time before the AI makes some mistakes, and we'll make them pay for it. As we continue to pick them apart, we'll eventually gain some power over them, kind of just like over here. When the lizards are camped out on their... I don't know if they can see me like this. I am going to go ahead and move on underground over to here. Hopefully maybe intercept some of these Dawi. We picked up a Hellfire Sword. In case someone needs a hand weapon. Alright, Taurox. How's life up here in Ulthuan? Got us a brand new shiny herdstone. It is looking quite nice, I might add. Let's go get some loot. Get a little loot and scoot going on. Val's Anvil, all this stuff looking extra juicy. Let's see some high elf armies up here. There's one over here as well. In fact, I don't want to go engage them. As much as I could go after a settlement, let's go ahead and go engage. Alright, so 3 Phoenix Guard, 4 Sword Masters, 2 Arcane Phoenix, Dragon Princes. It's a big army. The auto-resolve doesn't think much of it, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, these bulls in Taurox's army are absolutely insane, so I kind of don't disagree with the auto-resolve in many ways. However, you can see in this army, like, I don't even have full Bestigor for my infantry, and, I mean, Sword Masters and Phoenix Guard, let's be honest, are way better than Beastmen infantry, plus you throw in the difficulty factor, and they're just way better, period. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, the auto-resolve is being kind to me. You as a player should be careful when you may decide to underestimate whether the auto-resolve is being too gracious to you. I think the auto-resolve was being very gracious to us. I didn't even notice the Star Dragon. So for goodness sakes, yeah, the auto-resolve was being very gracious to us. We are going to have damage caused by the elves, and it's not going to be low damage. So the auto-resolve was certainly being very, very gracious to us. Alright. I'm gonna leave... Oh, I need... the Gorbel right there. Alright, let's try this. Let's get this party started. I don't know if they'll Vanguard deploy those archers. They very well might. They had some Shadow Warriors, I think. Which means that I think they confederated with the Lethanar. Yep, there they are. So they weren't Vanguard deployed, but they're nearby their troops. Doing some pretty nice damage. Unfortunately for me, there's very little I can do about the dragon up in the air. Once it comes down, then I can do something about it. I'm going to slow things down. I'm going to give just kind of a generic attack order. I'm going to go ahead and follow up. Try and get after that bird. Alright. Taurox, I want to go for their Lord with Taurox. Butchers. And Rippers. Let's hope that Star Dragon comes down to play. Whew, didn't really want his breath attack. If I can get that Star Dragon down here, that would be good, so I can try and kill it. I'm waiting for that Arcane Phoenix to drop in as well. Let's go ahead and hit play. Let's go ahead and take the Man Rippers up here. And let's evolve that blob. We go summon a Cygor up here. Whew, yeah, we took a hit right there. Now, fortunately for me, my bulls are just absolutely OP. I mean, they are absolutely tanking this main line, and I'm after the mage, so that is really fortunate for me. Where's my... I kept a unit of... Oh, yeah, here he is. Come get that Phoenix. All right, let's hit play. And like I said, that Star Dragon is nothing to scoff at. That's an immensely powerful unit. And we are fortunate to have gotten rid of it as quickly as we did. Right here, let's get into these silver helms. Alright, so there we go. Alright, Taurox did a good job, got in and killed the Archmage. So the auto-resolve wasn't too far off, actually. But with a few mistakes, you could definitely have taken some pretty significant losses to this High Elf army. I think that we were fortunate to have our bulls here, which just cause utterly obscene damage on the charge. And it makes a huge difference whenever... Because High Elves have the martial prowess, and it makes their units extremely tanky through their first 50% of their hit points, because they'll be getting an extra 10 to 12 melee defense, and melee defense is a big deal. Some other units have expert charge defense as well, like the Phoenix Guard, so being able to do damage on them early makes a big difference against a unit whose purpose is to be defensive and hold you and start to chew through your armor. So when you get that damage done early, it makes a big difference, because the downside of a Phoenix Guardsman, for instance, is that their attack is not particularly high compared to, say, something like a Swordmaster, who's going to have higher attack but way less defensive capability, plus no anti-large capability. I'm going to go ahead and just take the extra favor. We could use the favor at the moment. So that was a pretty solid engagement for us. We got some nice cash off of it. I'm gonna go ahead and auto-resolve this, finish them. Take some more cash off of it. And just kind of pop back into our territory. And get ready. Well, I guess I could have stayed. Let's move into their territory and raid. There we go. Alright. Let's see how we're doing. We're about to get up to our... Hang on. It says we can claim a reward. We're not up to the rampage yet, though. I'm so confused. Save. That's odd. It let us claim the reward. Maybe that was from a past one, because we can't replenish... I mean, it doesn't show me at that rampage level, and we can't replenish our movement points, which would be indicative of us being at that rampage level, so that must have been a leftover reward of some sort. Come on, let me pick my character. He's like behind the rock. Alright, here, Morghur. Alright, we now have Lightning Strike with Morghur. I'm going to start improving other facets of Morghur's army now. Let's go ahead and upgrade Pendulum, because Pendulum is very effective against blobs. Let's go ahead and start getting Primal Instincts onto our Gore Bull to help him survive longer in fights. I'm going to go ahead and try and pick off this Druchi army. Yep, and we can go ahead and get rid of it, so that's one less Druchi army to reinforce against us. I'll just go ahead and keep taking the Bestial Rage. I mean, why not get faster growth in that army? With Lightning Strike, I could also pick off this character. We'd still have to deal with Crone Hellebron, who's going to be substantially powerful. Step back, go into a hidden encampment. Maybe we'll get lucky and Hellebron will come forward after getting irritated with the way that I'm, kind of hitting and running on them. We will finish our Bloodied Lair at the same time. Vile Entropy, that could be very helpful. We will have all of the buildings, so that's good. Go check out Black Phillip and see if there's any opportunities. Nope, he's already moved. And Morghur has another skill point. It's toward capacity, bloodlust. We can't do this. Ardent Fury would be good, I think. This upgrades. Wow. So Spawn pick up a passive heal. They may already have in his army. Spoiler. Blessing and auxiliaries that can modify your units. Interesting. I'd like to check that out. So I will want to get those, but I think for the time being, Fury of the Herd could be really good to help improve our infantry, because Beastman infantry does suck pretty profoundly. So we'll see if we can make our infantry just a hair better. Alright. And let's go ahead and end this turn. I forgot to do the names for the pistols and the Chaos Spawn. I'll try and take care of that here in just a second. Corey says, I'm almost commented that you forgot to name my Bray Shaman right before I hit comment. You mentioned it. Air has psychic powers confirmed. Well, you're lucky I remembered it, because Air definitely has the ability to forget things that he needs to remember. So let's see if I can even remember right now. I'm supposed to go rename into the Nightmare Fuel. Here we go. Nightmare Fuel. And your comment is helping me remember what I needed to here. See, so I'm fortunate. The Ogre Man-Eaters. Shooty big boys. Apparently I named them this, which wouldn't surprise me. I'm getting sick of not being able to do anything with Black Phillip, because these guys just camping here.
Don't think so.
Dawi army sucks. I could try and move over and catch the Dawi. And they've got 2 armies here. I don't know. Maybe I'll go pillage someone else, because Eats is just playing campgrounds there. Alright, the Brass Bull is ready, and we do have a target. 2 targets, actually, we could hit. I'm going to hit the Shrine of Loek and see if that gets me onto the Rampage, and then we can replenish our momentum. So, Shrine of Loek out. That did get us the Rampage, I believe. Let's just go ahead and raise an advance. Alright, so that gave us some of our movement points back. Let's move all the way up to here. We see we get to claim another reward here. Yeah, I'm down. Let's claim the reward. So it must have been a leftover reward. Let's replenish the movement points. Just go on a tear. This should help give us some extra dread and stuff too. So this is Adelia, and she has a bunch of Rangers. I do like the new unit card for Rangers. Looks nice. Rangers, Spears, and Lathered Sea Guard. Don't think they're going to hold up well with Taurox. Not at all. I think our pulls are going to know exactly what to do with her, so I'm just going to go ahead and auto-resolve that one, because I don't think that it's going to be too much to see. Let's raise an advance. And we got some more momentum. Move all the way back to here. And we are already getting some big hits on Lather, and they're going to be feeling this one. Let's take a look at our rewards of dread. So we can grab Kazrak, and I would like to do this. So Kazrak we have Federation, Slaughterhorn, and the Warherd of the One Eye. So apparently the Warherd of the One Eye was a thing. Not much of a thing, apparently. Is Kazrak, like... Okay, yeah, Kazrak is wounded at the moment. Though Bilbali technically in our control. Whatever, I'm just going to throw this guy there. And I'll start recruiting, you know, the best troops that I can recruit at the moment. We're going to be fairly limited in what that means, but go ahead and get some chariots, actually. We can get some Huskor chariots started. Kazrak. We don't have many of them available, actually. We can go ahead and grab an extra one. Well, I'll deal more with them on the next turn. I'm really not worried about what happens to that little Morghur. Or Braid Shaman, whatever the heck he is. Let's see. These have no concern to Taurox. I'm going to try and keep Taurox's rampage fueled here. There we go. We got multiple settlements in the single turn in. I'm going to go ahead and loot and raise that one. Grab some extra favor. Getting some nice replenishment. Let's enter the hidden encampment. And Lothern is being built up nicely. Extra favor will kind of help fuel that. Let's go in here to the rewards of dread. And items that we can purchase. Just gonna get this. This Drunken Bravado would be really good for Khazrak. Let's purchase that. We'll give it to him once we're able to recruit him. Excellent. So now we'll have 4 armies across the map. Can't move there, and I think we have finished our turn with Morghur. No, we have not. Okay, this other Druchi army popped in here. If I could kill it, I don't know how much of a defense is at Hag Hall. Not much, but I mean, Crone Hellebrand is pretty strong.
Denied.
Just a little worried about whether or not we're capable. Let's just hide, because they'll come after Ice Rock Gorge eventually. I think by just hiding, we'll catch them in an ambush and get them in a position that's much better for us in this turn. So I did. Yep, here they come, and it's Crone Hellebrand. It's exactly who I needed to be here. So now we get to ambush Hellebrand. So we've definitely got a bit of difficulty with these armies spread out. They're clearly not as strong, but it creates kind of an interesting challenge dynamic later into this campaign. Like Taurox and Gorbul really have the only army that can just face roll people at the moment. And so although I do have these other armies, they're handy, but we also have to be careful. It's like, for instance, getting into a fight with Gorok, a couple of his reinforcement armies, we will get absolutely pummeled. Like, we will get owned. Won't even be close. They will just absolutely destroy us. So I think that's, like I said, it creates, in my opinion, a pretty fun dynamic here in terms of keeping me on my toes and making sure that I don't just be too snowbally here. I'm gonna keep Gorbul towards Crone as well as a couple of giants because I think she merits the extra investment, so to speak. Let's get this. This. Just missing. There we go. Alright, so let's start our deployment. Get the battle started. 2 moving up here. I'm gonna swing in and try and hem in all the skirmishers. Just like this. Alright, let's keep an eye on the Crone. Let's move in this direction. Good chance to take away a lot of ammunition here. Alright, here comes the Crone. Let's send in our goon squad. Otherwise, she is going to start owning in a big hurry. Let's get engagement started here. Need a pendulum. Alright, there we go. Got an early rout going on all their skirmishers, no big surprise. Pretty vicious pendulum right there. The attack's going. Wow, man, our infantry unit got deleted by Crone Hellebrand. I can't say I'm terribly surprised. Speaking of Hellebrand, where the heck is she? Hold on, okay. She is still here, like I couldn't find her. There's all this shiny stuff going on. So one of my spawn has her kind of trapped in here. I'm gonna get some attack orders. Catch her with the sword there. I'm not surprised that our infantry unit got deleted like that. Not surprised in the least. Right. There's a summon spawn here. think that's the summon spawn. Alright, I hope that's the summon spawn, or else I just damaged the crap out of one of my spawns. Yeah, see how strong she is? I mean, she's tanking quite the beating up in here. Alright, cleaned up that flank. Cleaned up everything else. Hellebron's going down. Oh man, okay, good. Look at that, the giant killed her on her way out. Nice! So, that is gonna work out just spectacularly for me. Let's end the battle. Just in case that Chaos Spawn I put that ability on wasn't the one that I intended. So that was an efficient battle for us for sure. Now, fortunately for me, Crone Hellebron's army is pretty trash. If she was bringing, like, Blackguard and Executioners and Hydras, I mean, we would be in a serious pile of dog do. But fortunately, they're just spamming trash infantry. And it gives us the opportunity to stay ahead of this. Our spawn are very effective against these low armor infantry. So it's kind of playing into our hands. The giants are nice tools for me, though, regardless, just because they're okay in a blob, and they're good at clubbing lords, whether they're on foot or otherwise. Giants may not be the strongest or have the best leadership, but they're definitely good at giving people solid clubbing, which is all we really need from them at this point. We're pretty much full there. Bestial Rage, so I'm just gonna take the favor. Yeah, look, here comes the rest of you. Hey, we didn't approve of you beating down our leader like that. Well, whether you approved it or not, now I'm back to Ice Rock Gorge, and we'll start the process over. And I love how they just, like, station all their armies here. Like I said, I'm gonna go try and keep picking at them and get ourselves a good opening, but I think it was a good episode. We had some good inroads into Ulthuan. We'll see if we can find that Sword of Khaine. Hopefully a character will walk it over to us, because I don't think we can pull it up out of the Shrine of Kane. Chaos Corruption, Bestial Rage. Yeah, hopefully someone will... Oh, here's the Sword of Khaine right here. Oh, we're going to get it. I want that sword. I want that sword. We'll go get it right now. I'll extend the episode. Oh, what an idiot. It's one of Eltharion's lords, has the sword, and is sieging the White Tower. Oh, wow. Could they really be this stupid? Yeah. They were fighting each other rather than focusing on me. Brilliant. That sword is mine. Ah, I'm stuck on their stupid settlement here, though. Raise and advance. That should give me enough movement points. They're like, haha, you can't catch us. You're stuck on the settlement. And Taurox is like, yeah, hold my beer. Give me that sword. Alright, so I'm about to steal the Sword of Khaine with Taurox. I'm pretty excited about this, if y'all can't tell. Taurox is going to become insanely, immensely powerful with the Sword of Khaine. Oh, this is going to be good. Alright, so Loricion took the sword, much like the One Ring to rule them all, thinking that it could empower her to victory over her foes, but instead, the evil contained in the weapon. Can you all tell I'm excited about this? Brought it to its true master, which is me. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun. Like, this is gonna be so much fun. Alright, here we go. Go get our sword. Fellow bulls, let's go claim what is ours. Oh man, they're going down so hard. They got a Knights of Torgaval unit. Well, at least they got some style with the units they pick here. It's gonna take a lot more than some Knights of Torgaval to protect you, lady. You best to just turn that eagle around and fly the other direction as fast as you can fly. What's about to happen to you is not gonna be pretty. I think I can hit all these units with that. Come on, get them all, get them all. Yeah, there we go. And that is such a powerful ability. That's a very powerful ability. Just gonna keep moving through. A Vile Tide ability, I'll use it when the time is right. It's time to start. These aren't fixed, or else I'd like to use it there. About to get hit with the chain lightning, no big deal. Alright, bulls, unleash fury. Unleash thy fury upon these pointy ears. Ooh, nice net! Now I'm saying the AI should be better at decision making. There you go, that's why. That's how this whole game gets more interesting. That was actually a good play. Now, it's not going to win the battle for the AI, but it was a good play. As soon as I get out of that net, everybody is dead. And we're out. Oh yeah. Now you're going to feel the weight of the world coming down on you. Taurox, if you would be so kind to come claim the sword. We got our Cygor summon. Now let's see here. Now why are we struggling to get through these spearmen over here? I mean, it is just high elf spears. Get back here and fight the Knights of Torgaval. Chain Lightning's doing next to nothing, so... Vile Tide these guys. Got some Vile Tide going. Try and stay on this princess. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Boy, Taurox just put a bead on her right there. Wow. Alright, so the Sword of Khaine is now ours. And rest in pieces, the rest of the world. Because you have just allowed the Bull of all evil to obtain, like, a weapon of mass destruction. So folks, this is pretty much it. The world is well and truly over. It is over. The sword is mine. Oh, they still have a unit alive? How are they not? Oh, they must have, yeah, they've got an unbreakable banner. I was like, what? How in the world? Like, that's the bravest Sea Guard I've ever seen. They don't want to be brave right now, they're being forced to be brave. So, it sucks to be them. Watch my Brave Shaman catch up, and they're like, why? Why did they give us our banner? We wanted to run away. Oh, I don't have the blood effects turned on right now. I'll have to change that. Okay, let's turn the blood effects on before I forget. Advanced blood effects, yay. That's probably why I was having decent frame rates. Cruising battle. It's actually pretty crappy frame rate still, all things considered. Hardly any enemies left on the battlefield. I'm at 40 frames. CA, please. Fix your game. Alright. So... there's very little left here. I don't even know how many Sea Guard. 3 Sea Guard left. Including this brave soul here who's being attacked by a Gorgon. Now multiple bulls. Yeah, there we go. The bulls are just too strong. Not even the Sword of Khaine can begin to slow them down. Ooh, that sword's gonna look ever so nice in its new master's hands. Surely Kane would be, I mean, I don't know, I say this, I have no idea about the lore around Kane, but I mean, I'm sure Kane would appreciate someone with the destructive capabilities of Taurox possessing his sword, so that, you know, the legacy of the sword, you know, it's not like Alariel claiming it and then hiding it back in the shrine, you know, keeping it nice way tucked away. Taurox is going to get some blood on it, and I have to assume that from what little I know about Kane, that he probably would appreciate that. Seems like something he'd be down with. So let's take a look at any more comments we have. Hopefully you're all excited about that. I got us the Sword of Khaine. Nikki says, I'm sorry I missed the stream last night. I fell asleep. Well, no problem, Nikki. Hopefully you'll catch us next time. Appreciate you being an awesome supporter of the channel. Daniel says, go Beastmen, and we are going. Now we've got the Sword of Khaine we pulled off of here. So let us eat the captives. A little tasty treat after a nice fight. So I'm going to enter in a camp stance, and let's go to Taurox. And all he has is a crappy biting blade. Didn't we get the Sword of Khaine? Wait a minute. How did we not get the Sword of Khaine? Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Oh, we're claiming it. So now we picked up the Sword of Khaine, which is going to give an extra 450 armor-piercing weapon damage, plus 25 melee attack, 20% ward save, magical attacks. He's unbreakable. Oh boy. Oh boy. And this is just the thirsting Sword of Khaine, so we know it's going to get a whole lot uglier here soon, folks. It is going to get a whole lot uglier. Helm of Many Eyes. Let's swap that out and get this extra missile resistance. Talisman of Preservation. So we have like 37% ward save at the moment, maybe more. There's other things active that I'm not accounting for. Oh my gosh, this is going to be disgustingly awesome, Sword of Khaine. So I hope you all are ready for some awesome action. Let me just get these last couple comments here. We had Football Jock, but I appreciate the added strategy in micro. Past couple Taurox and Oxyotl uploads have been rough with battles and settlement management. Replace the Giant in Taurox's army to something more cohesive. Yeah, I need to get the Giant out. Probably, honestly, would just put another organ in, or no, a Jabber Slide, probably to replace the Giant, be where I'd go next. Thanks, Football. Ryan says, the army, each Legendary Lord's army should be comprised of these. Let's see what his suggestion is for Khazrak. His is 5 Bestigors with great weapons, including the Korok Man Rippers, 4 Razor Gore Chariots, 3 Centaurs, 1 Cygor, Gore Herd, Hero, and Khazrak. I'm definitely going to have a Chariot army with Khazrak. I'm going to go heavy on Chariots just for fun. Speaking of, let's well, we'll deal with him more on the next turn, or the next episode. I don't even know if he's healed. He's not. So Khazrak's still got a couple of turns or so before he's going to be max. So I'll catch you all in the next episode. Hopefully you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I will see you soon.